Hi, my name is Benjamin Capps. I am a stop motion animator and sci-fi filmmaker from Chicago, and I am about to make a new supernatural science fiction film called INVECT. My films combine live action with life-size stop motion puppet animation, and what you see before you is the armature, or the flexible skeleton, of the new puppet, the new demon puppet from my new film, which I'm in the process of building. And I want to talk a little bit about it and about its construction. As you can see, it's got some spider legs. It only has 6 spider legs. I think 8 would be a little cumbersome for me to animate. But it's loosely based on a monster in Dungeons and Dragons called a Drider, which is a dark elf that's been cursed and turned into a half spider centaur-like creature. Most people who do stop motion work in miniatures, but I like working in large scale puppetry like this because the puppets can interact with actors and the puppets can be used on life-size sets. But there are a number of inherent problems with life-size stop motion animation. But I've been doing this for about 13 years now, so I've solved some problems, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how this puppet is put together. So first, let's start with the legs. The legs are made out of water pipe. It's a lightweight half-inch water pipe that I purchased at Menards. I've used this on a previous puppet. The puppet in Civet had little spider legs like this. The joints are made from CPVC caps, also half-inch. As you can see, there is a twist of armature wire. I forget what gauge that is, but I drilled a hole in the caps, inserted the armature wire, and just kind of JB welded the crap out of the joints. So if you do this technique, make sure that you use the JB slow dry weld. Don't use the quick weld. Excuse me, it's simply not strong enough. So anyway, these are very lightweight, and they hold the position really well with the armature wire. They'll stay up in the air and not fall. So I've been watching a lot of videos of spiders walking to try and figure out how to do the animation. So the chassis of the puppet is made out of 2x4s. It's kind of a sled. The puppet in Civet was actually a sled that slid along the floor, but I decided this time I wanted the puppet to be off the ground. And as you can see, I have a rig, which is just a couple of paver stones on a wooden disc with a threaded rod on some flanges holding the puppet up. Now, you won't see this in the final shots. This is going to be removed in post. And the way that you do that is you take a clean photo of your set without the puppet in it and lay that underneath all your photos, your stop motion photos, and you can just kind of erase this out. It's tedious, but it will give the illusion that the puppet is standing upright on the spider legs. So the torso of the puppet, the flexible portion. So these are, this ball joint and this coupler are made by Kupo. That's grip equipment for holding lights on a film set. And there's also this flashpoint flange that's holding it down. This ball joint is extremely robust. It can hold a lot of weight. It'll hold position really well because these puppets are kind of heavy. But I can lean it forward. It gives it a pretty good range of motion. It can twist and pivot. It can lean forward and back. Probably about 180-degree range of motion. Pretty nice. And the coupler is attached to this 3/8-inch threaded rod, which goes up through the shoulders, which is a 2-inch piece of PVC pipe I'll talk about in a moment, all the way up to the skull. This is just a plastic skull that I bought. But inside the jaw, you can see, the jaw is really pretty mobile, moves all over the place. And also in the neck, there's a ball joint. These ball joints are made by a company called Onstage Stands. They are for attaching cameras to mic stands. So kind of a niche specialty application, but they work really well for stop motion and for holding life-size puppets in position. The head of the deer-headed puppet in my film Terminal Emulator was held on one of these, and that head was really heavy, and it held it up really well. So, and this is just a plastic skull. Tonight I'm going to be life casting the head of my actress, Katherine Bellantone. The puppet's going to have her face, which will be manipulated some. The main character in the film is very obsessed with Komodo dragons, so I'm going to make her face look a little like a cross between her and a Komodo dragon. But it's just going to be glued on top of this. It felt logical because we as humans have skulls, so it felt logical to have a skull as the basis of the head. And that's also what I did in the film Civet with the silicone cast head, which was me. So the arms, these are just mannequin arms that I bought. I bought them because they'll hold a lot of weight. They're pretty robust. They have a wire tension cable inside, so you can tighten them. They'll hold up a lot of weight. They don't have the greatest range of motions, especially in the elbow. But what I'm going to do, and I haven't done this yet, is the shoulders. I'm going to cut these, and I'm going to put a joint in here so the puppet can do more of kind of a hugging motion and have a little more swagger during the walk cycles and lean back. Give it some more illusion of range of motion. And so we have these hands, which needed to look very human-like, and I bought these also. Sorry, kids, I'm buying stuff, not making it, but this is better than anything that I could make. These look very realistic, and they have an armature inside. They have wire inside, so the fingers have a full range of motion. The wrists will bend, and yeah, the puppet is getting really pretty close to being skinned out. So tonight we're going to make the face. It's going to have a chest, which also something I'm going to buy, which is a chest that drag queens use. It's just essentially a pair of tits. And going to be very similar to the hands. And then there's going to be a very large, and I'm going to make this, a very large opening like a wound, almost sort of vaginal looking wound, which the actor, when he's interacting with the puppet, is going to reach into. So yeah, the legs will be skinned out. It's going to have a spider-like body. It's going to be wearing garments. And my next project with this, which you'll see after we do the live casting, is I'm going to do a walk test. I'm going to do a walk cycle test to make sure it has full range of motion, to make sure that what I've planned out here actually works and I can actually animate this puppet. So that will be the next thing that I post. So anyway, adventures in life-size stop-motion animation. So you can check out more of my work on my Instagram. There's some clips of my animation as well as on my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about this, please feel free to post something down in the comments, and I'll be happy to discuss further. So thank you much.